Hello everyone, this is Chaim Durst, the Wordmuse. Today I would like to talk about strength and weakness. First page of my writing curriculum, The Art of Essay. I quote Sun Tzu, "When weak, act strong, and when strong, act weak." That theme defines the entirety of my writing coaching and the writing career. And it underlines the fundamental beliefs that I live by. I tend to gravitate towards people who are willing to show humility. People who are willing to say, I don't know, but let's find out together. Much more so than people who are arrogant or pushy or who are assertive of their view without first finding out what other people want to know, what people have to offer. Some of my favorite heroes in film are those who are flawed in some way. I root for them. I want them to succeed. I want them to overcome their shortcomings and slay the monster at the end. The monster usually being some aspect of themselves they have yet to work on. I do not tend to like overbearing, flawless characters in film, in literature, or in life because I'm overly suspicious. What are they hiding? When someone offers me something that seems too good to be true, I go, you're hiding something. What's the catch? That's what the reader is thinking when you are presenting yourself as being too good to be true. Many times parents say to me, well, I want my son or daughter to talk about an accomplishment, a success. And I say, okay, if they do so, they are likely to get lost in the shuffle of thousands of other essays that say the same thing. But if you're willing to show vulnerability, a time that you fell short, a time that you really were challenged, that will stand out. Think again back on times that have defined you. Has it been the happy times, the aha ho ho moments, or has it been those traumas, the struggles? Those are the moments that define us. By showing vulnerability and showing weakness, you are indeed showing strength. You'll move the reader much more so than if you come across as being arrogant. I'm going to demonstrate that through an example here. So let's talk about strength and weaknesses. The reader wants to know who you are and how you got that way. Keep that in mind whenever you are writing. Who am I? How did I get this way and who I desire to be? Well, those are good questions to ask at any stage in your life, but certainly when you're trying to reveal your identity to the reader. A setback, a failure, and a challenge will more likely demonstrate aspects of your identity than a success will. Touting a success, an accomplishment, which many students do, may not be as effective as discussing a failure or weakness. Most people mistakenly think they have to make themselves sound good. That's not the case. What students think makes them look good often shows their limitations. Keep in mind the whole admonition for the art of essay, when strong, act weak. If you have strength of confidence, of character, of intellect, of psyche, then it's okay to show vulnerability and weakness. It's students who are arrogant and are blustering and are trying to show off. Those are the students who come across to the listener, to the reader, as weak. I've read hundreds, probably thousands of essays touting students' strengths, awards, volunteer work, and I reject them all because they sound cliche and they really don't reveal much about a student's intellect, will, character. If I feel that way after reading thousands of essays over the course of 21 years, and the admissions officer who's probably read thousands of essays that year will feel that much more so. If you avoid this pitfall, your essay will stand out. Let's say there's 30,000 students who are applying to your dream college. Well, of those, let's just assume 25,000 of them are trying to sound good. I did this and I'm this way and I won this award. Well, If you just don't do that, you're in the top 5,000. And from those, the admissions officers will probably choose those who will get admitted. So here's an example of a student who wrote about a weakness, supposed weakness. You tell me you can fix my broken emotions. While I do appreciate what you've done, you impede the work that only I can do. I can calm my troubled mind without your assistance. Thank you. And I don't want or need it silenced. I don't want my emotions strangled. Look at the use of you here. You tell me you can fix my. The use of pronouns, which we're going to cover in a later video, is exquisite in this essay. You, my, I, you, I. And look at the sing-song, almost poetic couplet at the end. And I don't want or need its silence. I don't want my emotions strangled. Yes, they are threatening at times. My emotions, that is. Look at the interesting syntax there. After the simplistic, I don't want, you have this more convoluted syntax here. But I can either spend my lifetime escaping from them or growing from them. They can either be a constant source of threat or of creativity. This world celebrates constant escape. We live in a culture of escapism, yet I know if I escape growth now, I will only have to face it when I don't have you, my chemical crutch. No, I choose to face myself, all of myself. I'd rather develop real tools to manage my emotions, to channel this pain, to understand it and resolve it on my own terms. Keep your chemical oasis. Really powerful punch at the end. Look how it alternates from the practical to the philosophical, which again we're going to cover in a later video, the use of philosophical writing. Does the essay show strength? Yes, because it reveals self-knowledge, desire to grow, and vulnerability. Absolutely, it shows strength. Other techniques that we've discussed that this essay demonstrates were the use of a unique point of view. I didn't tell you, but the essay is written as a letter to a pill that the person is taking, where he's taking this pill and he's fighting with the chemicals that this pill is releasing. So it's one of the most unique points of view that I've ever encountered in an essay. The use of you, which we've talked about. It talks about secrets. There's conflict there. There's so much packed into this short essay. Don't try to sound good. It will backfire. An essay that demonstrates your growth through a struggle or failure is going to help you so much more than touting a success. You're going to impress the reader much more by talking about a failure. Doing so is a demonstration of your strength of character. One last caveat about issues of mental health. It's always tricky. Certainly, you don't want to raise red flags, but you want to convey your determination, your strength, and your character. So try to balance that. Right? We talked about balance in the previous video. So think about how you can balance your personal responsibility without raising red flags about your mental health. Just keep that in mind whenever you're talking about a weakness. As this example showed us, by showing vulnerability and showing weakness, you move the reader. You make them root for you as opposed to rooting against you and trying to tear you down. Be willing to show weakness, quote unquote weakness, because by doing so, you are demonstrating great strength of character and great strength of will. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Chaim Durst. I am the Wordmuse.